Here with Robin and Sarah from Handy Elephant. Can you tell me a little bit about the company and what you do?
So we develop kind of web and mobile apps for connected professionals, people like salespeople that need to maintain a lot of relationships, and we help people to maintain stronger, warmer, and more relationships. We do that by our kind of analysis and kind of seamless kind of integration into your workflow with our mobile app. So this is the kind of Handy Elephant mobile app. It integrates into the kind of phone, so it's got trackers. So for example, if you look at the follow-up screen, you can see all of your kind of contacts and when you last spoke to them and what channel you spoke to them on. So for example, Anja here, they called us and we haven't responded yet, so it'd be good for us to follow up. And that was 3 weeks ago. That was a little while ago, so it'd be good to catch up with Anja. And then maybe for a salesperson, you can go back in time and look at 6 months ago I had some contact with Igor, but now it's gone stale. We haven't talked for 6 months. Maybe I should follow up with him, get in touch and maybe do some business. So that's quite useful for them. And then we also have this kind of schedule view, so this kind of tells you who is available kind of now, who would be good to contact. So say, so here you can see, so go ahead.
Yeah, a timetable of her weekly kind of availability. So the red shows definitely not available, and the green shows definitely available.
Right.
So we have a colour, the colours kind of fade. Obviously there are times when people are sometimes available, sometimes not available, so that's what the orange kind of is.
Right, so that's predictive, though. That's going on past availability.
It's going on past availability.
Yeah, past availability to predict the future. So not guaranteed, but it's better than kind of not knowing anything, and it's helpful for if you're always giving people a missed call. That can seem annoying. So this way you can be sure or have a better idea that they'll be able to answer.
Yep. And here we can show you some useful statistical information. So specifically with this contact, I can see that I text her a lot more than she texts me, but that actually she phones me a lot more than I phone her.
Right. So who would use this? Would that be...
So for example, a salesperson can see the preferred channel of their customer. And I can, then decipher, actually, maybe if I call this person, I might get a better response.
Okay, and do they have to make sense of the data themselves, or, they see these peaks and troughs in communication, and then they take the decisions on what actions need to
I guess
take.
Handy Elephant's all about providing kind of useful analysis to you, so it kind of tells this is what you need to know about getting in touch with this person. So when it's time for you to get in touch with them, you click on them in the app and it tells you what you need to know about the best way to contact them. So we're taking very much a kind of proactive, useful approach on telling you who to contact, what channel to use, and when's a good time.
And how long has this been available?
In total,
I think the mobile app's been online for about 6 months. Been available. We had about 4,000 downloads, so it's doing quite well, and it's got 4-star ratings, so people have found it genuinely useful.
Is that Android and iOS as well?
It's Android only at the moment. We're working on an iOS version and a web app which does some similar stuff and integrates.
Okay, and the web app is relating to emails.
Yeah. So at the moment the web app are kind of focusing on the idea of emails that you've sent that someone hasn't followed up with yet, where you emailed Dave a week ago to say, I need these numbers, and he hasn't got back to you. And it's easy to lose track of those emails because you send out a lot of emails and people don't reply. So our tool will kind of scan through the mails you send, and if it looks like you've asked someone a question, then Handy Elephant will keep track of it for you, and if they haven't got back to you, we'll remind you that you need to go chase them up. And you can then maybe use the mobile app, or when we've got the integration, actually use the channel selector, so it can say to you, they're always on the phone, so try phoning them, or maybe they were just on Twitter, so send them a tweet, remind them of your email.
Right, okay, excellent.
And we're looking to add new features, so for example, snooze ignore buttons, and also potential templates for like email etiquette tips. So for example, if you need a response from your boss, that's probably a different type of email that you write if you're needing a response from your mum.
Right.
So there's kind of...
And when can we expect to see that?
So the basic form will be launched sometime next week, and the features will depend on our developers.
But yeah, there's a sort of schedule going forward. But in the next few months, we'll really have the integrations going and actually have this web and mobile app working together to provide really useful tools.
Okay, fantastic. Thanks very much.
Thank you.